I decided to wake up at 5 a.m. every day for a week and ended up having one of the happiest and most productive weeks. Lately I've been waking up anywhere from like 6:30 to 8, so it was a shock to the system to wake up while it was still dark outside, but the birds chirping definitely helped.
Today, there'll be scattered thunderstorms with a forecasted high of 68 and a low of 45.
I'm pretty boring and I eat pretty much the same breakfast every single day, so I had to chop up some onions and bell peppers to use over the next 4 days. And then once I got to my desk, the first thing I did was plan out my week and month. This is something I normally do on Sundays, but alas, I got my first dose of the vaccine on Saturday, so over the weekend I did nothing but nap. At 8, I had my Lingota Spanish class, so as you might know, I'm doing a language learning sprint for the next 3 months to just take a bunch of classes before I go to Spain in the fall for college. I won a contest for this free kinesiology session and had no idea what to expect, but I actually really liked it and it kind of reminded me of therapy, but like better. Tuesday was easier to wake up, but that was because I slept really poorly and just kept waking up for absolutely no reason, so that is a...
Yo soy de los Estados Unidos, de Wisconsin.
Tuesday's class was about la interculturalidad en la oficina. So thank you to Lingota for sponsoring today's video. I have loved their classes so far. All of their teachers are native speakers and they take you through different exercises like learning vocabulary, debating different topics, preparing quick presentations, which was actually really hard but a good challenge. Later in the day, I reviewed the previous day's Spanish lesson because you can access the PDF learning materials and the chat history from all of your previous lessons, and then I booked all of my classes for the upcoming week. Summer is coming up, so if you're finishing up with your classes, it's the perfect time to start studying something because you're interested in it, not because you have to learn it. So you can do a 1-week free trial and try 3 Lingota classes, and then make sure to use the voucher code GET30 so that you can get a 30% discount on your payment for the first month of classes. During the kinesiology session, she asked me to choose one nice thing that I could do for myself every day for the next 21 days. So I decided every day after lunch or any meal, I am going to go outside to drink a cup of tea, be barefoot in the grass, and just do nothing. So I've only been waking up at 5 a.m. for 2 days, but I do have some observations. So observation number 1 is that I actually don't feel that tired. There are 2 possible explanations for this. One is that I got my vaccine on Saturday, my first dose, and so on Sunday I was super tired. I spent the entire day either napping or just not doing anything, and so I think that charged up my batteries. The second explanation is that I do remember from high school the first 1 or 2 nights of being sleep deprived, the adrenaline from the sleep deprivation actually made you more energized, and it kind of fooled you into thinking that maybe you actually didn't need as much sleep as everyone else in the world. Another thing to point out is I slept very poorly last night, no idea why. I just kept waking up over and over like 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. until finally it was 5 a.m. I have noticed that this sometimes happens to me when, I don't know, I guess my brain and my body know that I'm gonna have some weird wake up time. It's like my body wants to wake me up in anticipation for that, but it can't quite get the time right, so it just keeps trying but keeps getting the time wrong. After I got home, I don't really remember what I was doing, maybe answering emails or planning something, but some type of computer work. Overall for Tuesday, I think my energy and productivity levels were fantastic, so I'm gonna rate it a smiley face. Wednesday started out with, you guessed it, the same exact breakfast, so I'm not even gonna bother showing it to you. I didn't have much on the calendar for the day, so it was just work, work, work for the whole morning. No meetings, classes, or anything to interrupt me. After lunch, I went to Walmart to pick up a few more things in addition to a book for a Mother's Day-ish airplane care package type thing because my mom was leaving for Lithuania for an entire month. I also got for myself a coconut setting spray from e.l.f., which smelled really, really nice.
Oh,
So I got my mom a Spotify gift card because I know she uses YouTube to listen to music, and obviously she can't use that on a plane, and it might be hard to always be connected to internet in Lithuania. And then I got these two face masks, which I picked solely because they are really cool colors. Mints and lip balm, because I feel like those are two things that help with really long flights. My daily outdoor break before I went and recorded a podcast and had a meeting, and then I went and ran some errands with my mom at the mall, which is a eerily quiet place during COVID restrictions, I will tell you that. But it was fun to spend time with her. And then when we got home, she had a bunch of bags of carrots and apples and oranges that she had been meaning to make juice out of. So since she was leaving the next day and we had to use them up, we just had like this huge juicing party and made like 2 pitchers of juice, and it was delicious.
Ayo, room tour.
My mom and I went to our dance exercise class, then I had dinner, and then I apparently just looked absolutely exhausted. It was a really good day, just a little draining, so overall I'm gonna rate it this emoji. One of my goals for this month is to go back through all the books that I've read this year and summarize any that I skipped taking notes on, which is most of them, but I only take notes on the nonfiction ones and not even all of the nonfiction ones, so I feel like this should be a feasible goal. Kind of mid-morning, we said goodbye to my mom. My dad drove her to the airport in Chicago, so me and my brother were home alone for a little bit.
Not being caught in 4K.
It's just 1080, don't worry.
Then go outside for a few minutes.
Oh, school done?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Thursday the tiredness definitely hit at like 2 p.m. I don't know if I was mentally tired just from doing a lot of creative and organizing kind of work for the past 3 days, or if it was the 5 a.m. wake ups, but I was just like, I gotta push through this Spanish class and then I can take a break. Spanish classes are going great though. Today was a little bit harder, and I feel like that was because I was tired. It was like harder to come up with the vocab that I needed. I would misread questions and then answer them wrong. So embarrassing. No, the teachers are always really understanding, and there was just like 2 other students and they made mistakes too, so it's fine. I took a weird sort of half nap on the couch, had a snack, and then I could get a little bit more work done before I finally went to bed. A big thing this week was that I finally started working with my assistant, and so she and I were texting a lot to organize everything, answer her questions, make sure that I teach her everything, and that was super duper fun. We had our first weekly meeting on Friday, and we answered my signature questions, what went well and what didn't go well, and we planned out future videos, and I am just so freaking excited to be working with someone else on the Bliss bean. I tried making muffins from the carrot juice pulp that we had left over, but it literally turned out so bad. I'm not gonna show it to you. You don't want to see what they look like. In the evening, I didn't really feel like going to kickboxing, but I went. I also severely underdressed for the weather, but it was fun. It was energizing. I definitely stayed up too late a couple of times this week, but sometimes you just want to get your emails answered before you go to bed. On Saturday, I replenished my dwindling supply of onion and bell pepper. I had yet another Spanish class, got some planning and writing stuff done in the morning, went on a nice little outdoor walk with a friend, and then I worked on editing this very video that you are watching right now. And ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to Sunday. I did sleep in a tiny bit, if you can even call that sleeping in. Somehow mustered up enough energy to film an entire video, did my Sunday routine, went downtown with my family for a little walk, and finished up the week. I think I'm gonna keep this going, maybe not 5 a.m., but we can compromise at like 5:30, 5:45 a.m. I think sounds good. I hope you found this video enjoyable though. Thank you so much for watching. Please give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next week.